Hello, welcome back to White Glove Watches. Today I'm going to be doing a review of Heimdallr's homage to the Seiko Monster. This is a very nice, very well built watch that can be picked up on an Aliexpress sale between $150 and $160. I believe this one cost me $157 shipped. It does take about 3 weeks to get, but anything off Aliexpress is going to take about that long. This is a very well built, well spec'd 200 meter dive watch. It comes with sapphire crystal, solid end links, machine clasp, screw down crown. It is unsigned, which I really wish Heimdallr would do because I love their little fish logo. I think it would look great on there, but it's something that they just don't seem to do. Even though it looks like a very large watch, the dimensions are relatively compact. It's only 42 millimeters across, 48 millimeters lug to lug, 20 millimeter lug width, and only 13.5 millimeters thick. Even though it has relatively standard dimensions, it has a lot of wrist presence. This watch will be noticed. It's probably the watch that gets noticed the most when I wear it. So if you're looking for something understated, this is definitely not the watch for you. It is very comfortable on the wrist. Let me do the contrast shot so you can see exactly how it lays. So you can see it sits extremely well on my 7-inch wrist. I used to say 7.5, but I've lost a whole lot of weight recently, and I believe I'm down a bit. I've had to resize all of my watches. And it fits very nicely in the little divot in my arm right above the knuckle, which makes it wear even thinner than the 13.5 millimeters that it is. Here it is with all my glorious fur. And you can see it's really not that large of a watch, but I mean it's fairly blingy. The finishing on this watch is a mix of brushed and high polished. I can't find any flaws on it. It's done to a very high standard. I don't have any experience with the original Monster, but from a lot of the reviews I've seen, they claim that this is done better than the Seiko. And I do believe it. I mean, this is, for the price point, fantastic. The bezel action on this watch is phenomenal. Don't know if you can hear it. Very clicky, very positive. Everything lines up perfectly. There is zero back play. It's extremely easy to turn with this giant knurling. It does, however, lead me to the one fault I found with this watch, which is these little bits will absolutely cut you if you're not paying attention. Usually they'll just pinch, but I mean, if you just grab it and twist and aren't paying attention, it'll absolutely dig into your thumb. For me, that's not a huge deal. I don't use the timer very often, usually just when cooking, but it is worth mentioning. The bracelet is extremely comfortable, well finished, doesn't pull hair at all, nice and flexible. The case back is a nice mix of high polished and sandblast. That nice Heimdallr logo in the center. I've heard some people don't like it, but I really do enjoy it. Easy to swap out the bracelet if you want to. It does have the drilled lugs. I don't see any reason to though. I really enjoy this bracelet. It's very well finished. It goes well with the watch. I really like the whole package of this watch altogether, especially for 150, 160 bucks. I mean, I haven't found anything else that's even kind of close. So the dial on this thing is just cool. It's got the giant loomed hour markers shaped like teeth. And the chapter ring is actually raised and curved and cut away around those hour markers, which give it a nice 3D effect. It's got the same hands as the Monster in black against that orange. They really, really pop. And then, of course, the day and date over on the right-hand side at the 3 o'clock. Then you have that cool Heimdallr logo up top, and the automatic diver's 200 meters at the bottom. So the loom on this is really good. I'm sure it's not as good as the Seiko Luma Bright. I'm not sure what type of loom they use, but after 2 hours it's still highly visible. You know, for 150 bucks, you can't really ask for a whole lot more. So, overall thoughts on this watch. It does have its flaws. I mean, if you're turning the bezel and you're not paying attention, it will bite you. It is named a Monster after all. It's super, super blingy. It will grab attention. So if that's not your thing, it's probably not for you. It is a fingerprint magnet like no other watch that I have. The positives? It is extremely well built. The finishing is fantastic. It has the nice dome sapphire crystal. It's powered by the Seiko NH35, so it's going to be reliable. You know, for 150, 160 bucks, you really can't do much better. Would I buy it again? Yeah, absolutely. I've actually thought about going back and getting the blue version, but it is a little bit too attention-grabbing for me. I mean, one of the favorite cars I've ever had was a Dodge Challenger RT in the Sublime Green, and probably 60% of the reason I got rid of that car is just because of all the attention it got. This attracts attention in kind of the same way. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please hit like and subscribe. Have a great one.